a safe Labour seat for decades. The constituency of Mansfield first went against its red roots in 2017, voting in Ben Bradley of the Conservative.
Bradley Benjamin David, commonly known as Ben Bradley, the Conservative Party candidate, 31,484.
It's National Christmas Jumper Day. I don't think anyone saw it until the polls were closed, so I'm not going to use it for claiming victory. But I think I've always been one to avoid suits at any possible opportunity, and finding a blue Christmas jumper is difficult, so I'm going to make the most of it.
Ward Sonia Rose, Labour Party, 15,178.
I think this has been one of the most unpredictable elections that we've ever seen, so I was not keen to call this election either way. I think that Brexit has been a dominating issue, increasingly so as the campaign's gone on. I think that this narrative has really been pushed that this is a Brexit election, and of course Brexit matters, but this is also an election that determines who governs the country for the next 5 years.
The only thing that makes me bleary-eyed is the thought of 135,000 children in this country being homeless over Christmas and 6,000 in this town living below the poverty line. We're not bleary-eyed, we're not emotional, we are clear-eyed. The fight starts tomorrow and we continue until we win this town back for the sake of everybody in Mansfield. Good night.
Mansfield's firm desire to leave the EU meant that Lib Dem Sarah Brown was left short of votes. But still smiling, she believes her life's changed for the better.
I'm really proud of how far I've come in the last year. I wouldn't have imagined I would have been stood here today this time last year. I'd like to urge Ben and any MPs elected up and down the country to take domestic abuse and domestic violence seriously in the next Parliament.
Thrilled with the result, but not getting complacent, Ben believes that the hard part is yet to come, despite an overwhelming victory for him and his party in dozens of seats like Mansfield.
We've got to fulfil our promises, and there'll be a lot of people who voted Conservative for the first time ever yesterday, and we need to make sure they feel that was the right decision if we're going to hold on to it. So hard work starts now, and we've got a point to prove.
Saskia Hicking for NOS TV.